Hey guys, this is Mint, and today I will actually be playing chess for my 19th recording. In the future, I think instead of just posting one game or just posting one type, I'm going to be posting more of a variety of things I'm doing, and maybe like some games and some other things that I want to do instead. So I hope you enjoy this video. So in this game, I start with the Queen's Gambit declined. I start with the Queen's Gambit, and then Black chose to play. Black chose to play e6, c6, which is, according to chess.com, the semi-Slav defense. I'm actually not really familiar with this line. Usually, I go d4, d5, c4. Okay, so they're playing b5. I guess we'll take on d5, right? b4. They're attacking my knight on c3, so I think I'll move it to. I will move it, but I'm just thinking. I'm gonna e4 or a4. Because we're gonna a4, then I don't want the knight on an edge. I don't want the knight on an edge because there's a saying a knight on the edge is dim or whatever. So if I go on e4, he probably plays c takes d5 next, and then I can retreat or relocate my knight to g1, g3, right? Because he's gonna take my pawn, and then I can move back to g3. F5, very strange move. My opponent seems to be only moving pawns. I'm still gonna go with g3. My opponent seems to be like enjoying these pawn moves. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea, because opening up the f. Wow. Well, they're playing very aggressively. G5, which is attacking my pieces. I think I'll go there. That's a free rook, right? No. My opponent can go knight f6, but yeah, knight f6. Then what? It's a free rook. I'll take the pawn first because I want the queen out, and even if they play knight f6, then I can still go pawn take. What? It's a free bishop and a free rook. I think because what happened is this is my new account, so I just made an account for YouTube, and during chess.com there's a selection where you choose your skill level. There's beginner, intermediate, and expert, and all that. So I just chose intermediate because I think I'm fairly I'm doing good at the game, but I wouldn't say I'm like really good. I just say I'm like intermediate level player, and that puts my rating at 1200. But I guess 1200 rated players are play like this. But as you can see from the bottom right, a win is worth 195 points. So if I win more, then I guess I can climb up the rating faster. I'm gonna go queen c3, block the check, and then I don't have pre-move. This is a new account. I forgot to enable pre-move. So I'm gonna, after this game, I'm gonna pause the video and re-record after, because then I'm thinking of changing like the board setup and the colors and stuff. So okay, my opponent don't go for the queen trade, which is normal because you don't want to be trading when you're down material. f4. So my opponent's really playing aggressively with their pawns, but I mean it's not necessarily a good play. I can just go knight h5. They're probably gonna play g4 or something, continue to attack. To go g4, then I mean, they can go knight. They can move a knight move as well. You can make a knight move. I mean, normally the normal developing moves would be like the knight developments, and then if you can get on the bishop castle. But I mean, my opponent's pushing pawns, so I don't know. If they go knight e7, then I have a nasty fork. Yeah, I have a nasty fork here. Knight f6 is a. Wait, let me see. Yeah, that's a pretty. Yeah, this just wins the game. I win the queen, and this is lights out. Yeah, I'm up way too much material. I can. This is just gonna be a clean sweep. Yeah, queen takes h7. And this is just. Yeah, he brings his bishop out. Let's go queen takes. With check. And then black is forced to move their king. Do I have mate here? No, I don't think so. Let's push. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'll push e4. If they're en passant, then I'll just take the bishop, trade bishops, and then take back on e4. And then I still have this nasty check to win the rook. Yeah, because after the bishop trade, I can give check on g8, and if they move their king, then I win the rook. And if they take on f1, then well, that's actually a okay move. So if they take with b4, then I don't have the check. Okay, they go for this, which I guess is fine, except I win my rook. I just go bishop b8. Yeah. So I'll just go knight. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's a good move. Alright, so I have a mate in 1 right now. Assuming that black does not stop it with rook d7. Of course black does. But I think this is still mate, right? Queen to g8, that's mate. Okay. So I'm gonna pause the video here, and I'm gonna fix my settings. Okay, so I'm back, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I changed up the settings of the board. As you guys can see, I'm rated if you look at bottom right corner, I'm rated 1395 again. I'm rated 1395, and yeah, that was 195 rated. So I'll just pre-move the French. That's my there's as you guys know, there's openings in chess, and my favorite opening as white is d4 c4, which is normally queen's gambit, assuming they play d4 d5, and then I go c4 for the queen's gambit. And then as black I prefer the French defense. So this defense I believe is fairly good among beginners and amateurs. I mean, at the GM level, I've heard that the Caro-Kann is better than the French, but I mean, for now at least I'm happy with the French, and it's the opening that I guess I know best is black. Okay, so white plays e4, I go e6. They go knight f3, I play d5. c5, c3. So it's turning into the advanced French, I guess. So I mean, now I'll play knight c6. Yeah, I can play knight c6. Play knight c6. They're probably gonna play d4. Or not, a bishop d6. if I push a6, that's... I don't want that. I'll block with bishop. So now they play d4. So yeah, this is turning into, I guess, some weird variation of the French. I can... Wait, let me evaluate this. If I take on d6, d4, because the bishop is hanging. If I take on d4, okay, if the pawn takes, I win the bishop, but if knight takes, then I don't win anything. But I can take on e5, that's a free pawn. If I take on e5, knight takes, I take the bishop and I'm up material. If pawn takes, yeah. Yeah, this is good for me. My opponent just lost the pawn. Oh, okay, so they took the bishop first. I'll just take back with the knight. Castles. Let's just move. Yeah, I know most people would play a knight gf6 instead of knight df6, but I'm contemplating something else. Yeah. Not what I had in mind. I'll go queen b6. Attack the pawn on b2. Excellent move by white. I mean, I guess I can castle. Yeah, because if I castle queen side, then I can start attacking on the king side with my pawns. I can go bishop d6 and then knight e7, knight ec, knight c6, and then start pushing my king side pawns. Okay, my opponent plays knight e5, going for the fork on f7, which is pretty nasty. And I can't take on e5 if that's what you guys are thinking, because if I take, pawn takes e5, which attacks my knight, and if I move my knight, then the bishop sees my rook on d8, and then I lose a rook. So I gotta defend the pawn instead. Opponent plays knight d2. I mean, I'm up material right now. I'm up a pawn, but I think my opponent is not bad. At least their position might be easier to play. Then they have more pieces developed, and more cramped, they have more space and everything. But I think this is fine for me. If they go bishop takes knight, I'll have a double pawn, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so they move the knight back, which I don't think is a very good move. So I'm just gonna push g5 and free up my knight from the attack. Alright, I can trade bishops. Because this way I think I win material. I win another pawn in the center. Okay, my opponent moves check. I have two moves. I can block with knight. I can go knight c6, which is a normal developing move, but then it puts my knight in pin. Or I can go b7, b8, I meant. And I think I preferred b8, and then I can put a rook on c8, and then use the open file. Okay, so my opponent's put a knight on c5. Yeah, I'll pin the knight, although it isn't really a pin. My opponent can check me at d7. Ooh, okay, now the knight's in the pin. Because if my opponent moves their knight, then they lose the queen. But at the same time, ooh, I thought of a nasty thing. If my knight wasn't on f6, guys, think about it. If my knight wasn't on f6, then if it's white move right now, white can go knight d7 check. I'm forced to move king into h8, and then queen takes rook, check, and then I'm forced to play rook takes, and then rook takes c8 mate. Assuming my knights weren't there on e7 and f6, which guards the c8 square and the d7 square, but just a train of thought, I guess. So I played rook c6. I mean, so my queen can only go to g4 or b4. Because the squares are highlighted in red, I can't go there. What if I take the knight? I'm evaluating this knight takes thing. So it's a queen and a rook for a queen and a knight. So I'm trading a rook for a knight. Yeah, I don't like it. I think I'm just going to b4. It's going to g4 seems dangerous. It feels like I can get trapped easily. I think I'm just going to go b4. Okay. One plays knight e5, which attacks the rook. I mean, I don't even have a good place for the rook at this point, do I? If I move to c8, then they can check. And if knight takes, with check, this is very dangerous. I think I misplayed this terribly. I might have to trade off. I might have to trade my rook for the knight. The white knights are too powerful. I think the white knights are too powerful. If I retreat my rook, I can be in serious trouble here. Because white goes knight d7, and if I take knight takes d7, then knight takes d7 with check. So gotta move the king back in. And there's all sorts of things that can. I mean, I do have that knight on e7, so it wouldn't be mate, but it's dangerous for me. So I guess I'm just gonna double rooks. If I go, I'm gonna go rook d8, and if knight takes, then I'll go knight takes. And this, I think white's definitely winning here, even though chess.com says, ooh. So right now I'm down a rook for a knight and 2 pawns, which, I mean, chess.com says material-wise is equal because knight and 2 pawns 5 points, rook is 5 points, but I definitely think white might be better here. I think I'll retreat the queen. d6, yeah. Queen c5. My opponent wants a queen trade. Although I don't really like it because I'm down. I mean, my opponent has the pair of rooks, but I guess it's okay because I don't have any good square for the queen. Okay, they go rook c2. I don't like this pin because I don't want to trade rooks. If I trade another pair of rooks, then my opponent would have the rook and I would not. So I don't want to trade rooks, but I still want to move my knight. So I think I need to move the rook first, get out of the pin. F8 because maybe I'm thinking of ideas of pushing F5 and then F4. Assuming the knight isn't there on D3, right? I can just like wait until the knight isn't there, and then I'll just go F4, F5, F4, open up the F file, go if white plays pawn takes F4, then I'll go rook takes, and even though it gets rid of white's double pawn, I think it's not so bad. b4. b4. I'll go knight d4. Attack the rook. I think my knights are really well placed now. Like in the center of the board. There's no pawns that can attack it, except that. But then that just gives me a free rook and a free pawn. Like I can like white can't even take back on e4 with the pawn. I mean, white does it, but then they lose a rook this way. So now I'm just completely winning here. So this should be completely winning for me. Because my opponent blundered 2 rooks, and I'm just gonna just sweep up. Very much better here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pawns. My opponent has 4. I have a rook. They have a knight. So like theoretically, right now, something I could do just to simplify is to go to the rook takes e1, trade the rook for the knight, and then have 7 pawns against 4. Yeah, my opponent resigned. So that's cool. I guess I'll start another one. Yeah, my opponent, there is no really place. 4 mistakes, 1 blunder. Wow, okay. So this game, I'm gonna play d4, c4 again. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Go knight c3. Okay, yeah, I was thinking knight c3, and then I changed my mind last second and played bishop d2, because then I can just trade, and then it's fine. Ooh, do I want to push? Yeah, let's push. So I have 4 pawns in the center. This is very good for me. Knight g6 attacks my pawn. I might just push it. I can go g3 as well. Just push e5. I feel like I'll just push e5. If they take on c4, then I'll recapture the bishop. I mean d5. Yeah, I'll take d5, sure. I was thinking either e5 or takes d5, but I mean, I think this is better. Yeah, bishop g4, I go queen b3. I think they're gonna take, so I'm just gonna pre-move, knight takes f3. Okay, so they don't. Still, I think this is a solid move from black, preventing queen takes b7. Move bishop d3. Yeah, now my opponent does bishop takes. c6. Okay, so the c pawn could potentially be a target for me, because I do have an open c file, so I'll just castle kingside and maybe put my rooks on the c file. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I go rook c1, and I go rook c1 here, and then I bring my bishop back to b1, and then queen to c2, and then I have a mate on h7. Okay, so it is en passant. The pawn blocks the diagonal that I'm talking about. Oh, bishop b1. This isn't mate anymore because black moved the pawn, but I have this, right? I have this queen c2. And then h7, and if king goes to... Ooh, that's annoying. Yeah, my opponent's definitely getting better now because they're Willand 1597 versus Willand 70. Yeah, they're 1566 rated, so they're definitely better. But now I can just push the pawn and kick the knight. Queen e8. I don't think there's any threats. I mean, there is Queen e3 check, but I mean, Queen e3 check, that's not much of a threat. And I can go Rook e1 right now, kick the queen. But I think I'd rather go g4. Yes. Okay, black has, well, okay, black does do the check that I was evaluating. I can't go there, but I can't go pawn takes f5, but that's something I have in mind. Block with rook. Seems solid. Oh, okay, knight takes pawn. I think I just gave away a free pawn. I just gave away a free pawn. Oh well. I mean, I was up a pawn the whole time, so it's not that big of a deal, but I just threw away my lead. Let's go bishop. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. If rook takes bishop g6, that's a free bishop. I mean, yeah, that's a free bishop. Oh my god. I blundered. Oh, I blundered. Oh, this is... Oh, my opponent didn't see it. They didn't see rook takes g6. Wow. Rook takes g6 was a free bishop because I can't take. If queen takes, then king takes queen, and my queen was very bad on that h7 square. It's almost trapped. Wow, I think rook takes g6 would have been completely winning for black. I mean, wow, now they take, but now they just lose a rook. Before they could have won a bishop for free, but now they just lose the rook. And yeah, this is all coming apart for black. And this is all coming apart for black. He'll go rook e6. He'll go rook e6. I don't think there's much wrong with this. Right. My rook e6 looks okay. Okay, queen d1 check. Or just block with rook. No big deal. Counter attack the queen. Queen d4. Oh, my opponent's going for the perpetual, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna block again, and then if they check again, then I'll go to g2. Okay, so they don't. So they don't want the perpetual, I guess. I can take c6. It's a free pawn. I can also go king f1 and free up the pin. This is my rook is pinned right now. Ooh, rook e8. So my opponent is threatening rook e1 check, I believe. Yeah, rook e1 check. Or maybe rook... Or maybe rook e2, but if they go rook e2, then I can just play, let's just play, yeah, I can just play, I'll just check, right? I can just give check, and my opponent is forced to retreat the rook, and then I just trade off the rooks. My opponent puts the rook back. Okay, so they can do the knight. Oh, okay, so I actually made another mistake there. If my opponent blocked with knight, then I still have to take with rook because my other rook is hanging to force them to retreat with the knight. But to force them to retreat with the rook, and then I get out of the pin. But this was better for me. They could have won their rook back, but they didn't. And now I think it's lights up. Yeah, here's the thing. In chess, pins are very strong. Because, like, last game, because I had a rook lead. And if my opponents played the correct move order, instead of rook retreat to capture rook, they play knight blocks. I stopped to go rook takes, and then my opponent go rook takes. Then they just traded a knight for a rook, and then we would be somewhat equal. But now this is completely winning for me. I push g5. If h takes, then I'll take back. The knight is pinned. Look at my rook on f2, and then I just win the knight with the pawn. So this is what I just said, the importance of pin. So white obviously cannot capture on g5. But I'm thinking of capturing on h6. If I capture on the queen is defending g7. So what I was thinking before was take h6, and if black plays knight takes rook, then I play pawn takes g7 check. And if black moves their king, then I have promote to queen check. But that obviously doesn't work since black king is guarding g7. So when I play pawn takes g7, black can just go queen takes pawn, and then I go queen takes queen, and then it's just a trade. But this way is better. I win my knight. I win a knight, I meant. That's a fork right there. That's a trick I did with the fork thing. I won the knight. Yeah, now this is GG. I'll just go queen e2 and block. Trade off the queen. Once I have the queen off the board, this is the easy mate. Yeah, the queens are off the board. I have a rook. I have equal amount of pawns, but I have the rook, so I just bring my king into the game. Okay, my opponent blundered a pawn. Not blunder the pawn, but this way I get a passed pawn. This is very good, but I'm not even gonna go for the passed pawn. I'm just gonna take d5 because now I get a5 b5. Yeah, they resigned, and this is game over. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know what you guys think of me recording chess in the future. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wow, 7 blunders. So yeah, I've already said some of the mistakes I made during the game. But yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.